in the age of wonder. Another world, another time. His land was green and good.
Alright then, let's get into the last few RPG a day questions, at least for me. There is a tendency in a lot of games to make the layout really overwrought, to do lots of complicated page backgrounds, all kinds of tabs and other information, and big borders that waste a lot of real estate on the page. I've really come to appreciate simple layout, simple, clean, easy to read layout. So I don't want jaw-dropping layout, I want an easy to read book. And that's what I aim for most of the time with my own books, and I wish other people felt the same way. I don't really know any, so some of my stuff is pay what you want, so yeah, I should be charging more, 10 times as much for everything that I do. Obviously, yeah, so buy my stuff. Sex, depending on their proclivities. Just say thank you. Talk about the things you liked in the game. Show appreciation. Maybe pay for their pizza or snacks or whatever else between the rest of you in the playing group. Just pay attention. Appreciate what they're doing. Sometimes that's difficult if you've got a large group or whatever. But you know, just show appreciation however you can. Maybe club together, buy them some extra books. You know, offer to help out in any way that you can, clearing up or packing away or whatever else. Just little things. Show appreciation. If you're creating a game line, you kind of have to leave some stuff out or underdeveloped for supplements. So I'm not sure whether this question's asking about material in supplements, so or whether it just means the main book, whether it means references or whatever else. So that's a really difficult question to answer, I suppose. Things I've found useful in terms of resources are things like bibliography listings in things like Call of Cthulhu books, whichever edition it was at the time. Which listed all the mythos stories and all the more tangential mythos stories from other authors and so on, and films and things that you could go and watch to help you understand and get into the mood. So that's the kind of resource that I think's most generally useful. You can play without dice, you can play without sheets, you can play without a table, you know, you can roleplay anywhere, but the only really essential things are a player, a games master, and your imagination. For me, across everything, the most important skill has been an ability to improvise and to read the group, to see what kind of game they as a whole want, and to try and tailor whatever scenario or adventure I've come up with to their interest and desire. It varies. So whatever film that's come along at the time that has, you know, particularly quotable dialogue. I mean, there's some old, you know, standbys. Flash Gordon turns up a lot. Big Trouble in Little China turns up a lot. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels or Snatch we quote from a lot. But then we also develop our own quotes from games, like "Luck, you have luck 3 times, or oh, well done. Things like that. So we develop our own kind of language as much or even more than we do quotes from other things. I honestly do not know, because I don't pay attention. I back a project and then I kind of forget about it completely. I don't read the emails that pop up or anything, so I have no real idea whatsoever. There's things I've backed that haven't turned up. I'll go back to Kickstarter or Indiegogo and check on the status of various things at certain times, but so I wouldn't know. Certainly not mine. Though I do my best. I guess the real test of how well run something is when it goes wrong, which lots of them do, because things always go wrong during development or production or something. So people who handle setbacks in a good way and manage to pull through them and deliver even late, that's the good test. That's how I think someone's genuine and honest and worth backing in the future, is when it goes wrong and they still manage to do something, at least at the end of it. I don't tend to like genre mashups. I hated Shadowrun. Don't get elves in my Cyberpunk. So I don't tend to like them unless it's wholesale like Rifts, but then Rifts has already been done, just needs a different system and not Savage Worlds. So there isn't really one I'd like to see, I suppose, except maybe science fiction and Cthulhu Mythos. It's been done various times, but not in the way that I would like to see it done. And in terms of anti-mashup, I would like to see a straight steampunk game that doesn't have all kinds of faffing weirdness around it. I would like to go back to the difference engine and do a hard sci-fi, hard alternate history version of steampunk. I love what people like Satine are doing by kind of televising or streaming their sessions, and the way other people like the Penny Arcade guys are streaming their games of War Machine and so on. I hope that's going to continue to grow. I hope the visuals are going to get better. I hope the production quality is going to get better. I hope they start editing these sessions down to the action and so on, to make them more watchable and maybe intercutting with some art and so on. And I'm looking forward to the emergence of better, more accessible software tools. Things like Roll20 are all very well, but the UIs are terrible and they're not really very easy to understand from the get-go. So with various companies backing that sort of thing, increased apps and so on, I'm hoping that gaming in the kind of traditional RPG sense will become more accessible, easy to do at a distance, and I'll be able to get more gaming done as these platforms and opportunities emerge.